Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Lizzie and today we are joined by the lovely Jane Austen, or Lizzie Bennet on this mug, because we are going to be discussing Regency romance. Specifically, one new Regency romance book which is coming out next week and I am so excited about. Cast your minds back to late summer, early autumn of 2021 and I saw that Alexis Hall, author of Boyfriend Material, was releasing a Regency romance. And I was like, I physically cannot wait until January. Like, I will combust. I just cannot do it. And I thought, you know, I've got like no Twitter followers, about like 200 Instagram followers. I've got a blog. I'll just ask for an arc and see what happens. Ask and you might receive, because I got one. It came in September. I was so excited. I read it like straight away and it was so good. So let's talk about Something Fabulous, and that is an apt title for this book because something fabulous it indeed was. At the start of the story, we meet Valentine, the Duke of Malvern, and he has been kind of unofficially betrothed to this girl for his entire life, and he goes to propose to her, and what he didn't count on is that she is a hopeless romantic who's read way too many adventure novels, and when he doesn't sweep her off her feet, she's like, no, I'm not going to marry you. She runs off with her girlfriend. He teams up with her twin brother, who is equally outrageous and ridiculous, to go and find her, and of course, along the way, he starts to fall for the brother. It was so good. It's just so good. I love Regency romance, as we all know. We know that I love Jane Austen. I'm working my way through the Bridgerton books. There's so many great things about Regency romance. And what I love about this book is it's a love letter to the Regency romance. It is a parody of the Regency romance. And it was just so joyful. Like, every trope that you could possibly find in a Regency romance is in this book. We had duels, we had like horse and carriage chases, we had scandals, we had affairs, we had everything. And it was all done so lovingly with so much heart, but also was hilarious. Things don't always go to plan. Sometimes things go wrong. And that's what this book did so well. What I loved the most about this book, though, what made it just burrow straight into my heart, instant favourite, is this book is just, it's queer joy. The whole thing is a celebration of queer joy, and it is so hard to find cheerful historical stories with queer people. It's so hard to find them. Even books that are set in eras where being queer was fine, then that's really sad. I'm atting Madeline Miller here. I love the Song of Achilles, but you didn't have to do that. And so what I love about this book is it's so happy and so joyful. Of all the characters, I would say I think there's one straight character. And she's just the best. She appears at the end and is just the ultimate ally and also like absolute boss, and I aspire to be like her. Honestly, she's great. Everyone was queer, everyone was having a great time, and it was just so nice to find that in historical fiction, because you never find it in historical fiction. The author described this as the silliest in campus thing he'd ever written, and this is the silliest in campus thing I've ever read, and it was just glorious because of it, because it was just a celebration, it was great. We do have a nice coming out storyline the whole way through. So Valentine, he's never really thought about romance before. He is demisexual. Of course, those words aren't really used in this book because of the era, but he is demisexual and homo-romantic, I would say. And yeah, he kind of comes to realise that, when he's close to someone, then he does want to fall in love and be with them. And that person is going to be a man, and that's okay. And that was another thing that was great, because They all had great queer role models, and also some terrible queer role models, but some great queer role models, which, again, historical fiction is so, so rare to find. As well as having an MM romance and demisexual representation, then there is also a sapphic romance and sort of genderqueer rep in there as well, I would say. I mean, it is just everyone under the rainbow is in this book, and everyone in this book is under the rainbow, and that was glorious. Alexis Hall is just so funny and witty, like you cannot help but laugh out loud. I laughed out loud so much reading this book, and you just get so sucked into the story and completely absorbed. I think I read this in like 1 or 2 days. I just couldn't put it down. It was just so great. It was like, yes, come closer and let me tell you a tale. And I loved it. All in all, I mean, it was just so great. I loved it so much. It brought me so much joy. And if you love Regency romance, if you love queer historical fiction, if you love queer happiness and joy with an extra dose of camp drama, this is the book for you. Thank you very much to the publishers for sending me a copy. I'm still baffled as to how this found its way into my hands, but it's one of my most prized possessions, honestly. It's my first ever physical review copy, and for a book that I love so much as well, so this is going to stay with me for a very long time. Very long time. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know if you are planning on reading something fabulous. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!